Welcome back, YouTube. My name is TayVikes28, and I am back here once again live for you guys on YouTube, talking more and talking as well as playing some more of the Toronto Huskies franchise. And it is very exciting to be back, and I hope that you guys can bear with me today. I am a little bit sick, so hopefully you guys don't hear it too much in my voice. I'm going to try and hold out through this stream, but I really wanted to finish this season for you guys now and not, a few days or even up to a week maybe, depending on how long this sticks with me. I really wanted to finish the season out for you guys before this sickness hit any further. So if I sound a little off or it takes me a little bit to get going here, hopefully you guys understand. But I'm going to double check my audio, and it sounds like it's all good on my side. So back to what I was saying, though, the Toronto Huskies franchise, we are back in week 17 against the Houston Texans this week, who neither of us really have much to play for. Both of our squads are officially out of the playoffs. So what that means is essentially this is a building block for this Toronto team, because we have gotten a couple of wins to finish out the season here. So if you guys missed out last episode, you are definitely going to want to go check that out. As you see in the top left-hand corner, week 16 against the Tennessee Titans, we beat the Titans again. This time they had Ryan Tannehill, their starting quarterback, so they had no excuses. Derrick Henry was healthy as well, and we just shut them down. And in fact, all three facets of the game played very well together. Offense, defense, special teams, all contributed their fair share of ways to essentially win that week 16 game against the Tennessee Titans. But now we got the Texans up here in week 17. And for those of you that are new here, what is the Toronto Huskies franchise? Before we get into much more about this, so the Huskies franchise is a little different than most franchises you'll see on YouTube. I don't play the games. What I mean by that is this is not a situation where what I do affects the outcome of the game. Okay, it's not how good am I at beating the computer. It's how good are both you guys and myself, and in terms of building a roster, a team building exercise. This is more like a head coach / GM experience where you put a product out on the football field, and after that, you have no control over what happens. You just simply put that product onto the field, and then it's up to the players to perform well. And so last season, obviously the Huskies were one of the worst teams in the NFL, just both in terms of on paper as well as their record. I think they ended up with 3 or 4 wins on the season, if I'm not mistaken. And so we've already surpassed that this year, which is a good building point for us moving forward. I think that next season we are going to really see this Toronto team take off. But for right now, we have some more good things in terms of building blocks for the future, because if you look at the schedule right here, we started off the season really tough. We had 4 losses in a row, and it just a couple of close games, but we just couldn't seem to get over the edge, And then we ended up winning against the Texans, and then we beat the Patriots, back-to-back wins right there. Then we lost to the Seahawks, had our bye week, and then we beat the Steelers about midway through the season, okay? So we won 3 out of those 4 games, which is a really good stretch for us. Defensively, our defense was balling out at that point in time. And then we lost a close one to the Cardinals, another one-score game to the Jets, lost a shootout to the Colts. That was a good one. If you guys didn't get a chance, go watch that one. I mean, watch them all, obviously, but definitely go check that one out. That was one of the higher-scoring games that your Huskies have ever put on. Then we lost to the Niners in what really was kind of a blowout. The Niners are one of the best teams in the NFL, so it wasn't too shocking there. And then a close one of the Bills, who are actually playoff teams, so that's something to build upon. And we actually beat another playoff team, the Miami Dolphins, who are the Patrick Mahomes-led Dolphins. We beat them, and then followed that up with another win last week against the Titans. And if we can string together 3 wins in a row here by beating the Texans, maybe we can have a winning streak going into next season. That's something to keep an eye on. with that as we go through this game here. And one more thing, check out some of these pending contracts that we're going to have to make decisions on. Guys like Big Play Slay, who's been phenomenal this season. Jonnu Smith has played pretty well for us. Ryan Kerrigan was a big factor this year. We have a couple of other guys like Josh Bynes, the veteran from the first season here. He's getting older. Rashad Jones as well. And then some depth pieces down here. If we want any of these guys back, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. If you know for sure that we should bring any of these guys back, let me know, and I will definitely be working on that. The big ones that I'm looking at right now are these big three right here. They're veterans for the most part. Jonnu Smith a little bit less of a veteran, but still, they're veterans who are going to get a little bit worse, but they've made big impacts this season. So we'll have to see how that is going to affect our decision moving forward. But without further ado, it is in fact time to jump into this Toronto Huskies franchise here, and I'm very excited to see if we can end up with 3 wins to close out the season. That would be big for us. Not only big, but it would in fact be massive, because that's something that the Huskies have never done in franchise history. They've never had 3 wins in a row. All right, 2 is the most. They've been able to get 2 wins together. Actually did it twice this season so far. Got 2 wins back to back, but never 3. So that is what we're looking forward to as the Huskies travel down south to the Houston Texans and are hoping to come out with a bone-chilling victory down south. As we're here in NRG Stadium, and it is not those guys commentating. It is my name, Tayvikes28, here as your main host here, and I'm very excited to bring you guys another AFC South battle, one that hopefully your Toronto Huskies can get another division win. They've been able to actually get a couple of division wins over the last few seasons, and now hopefully we can kind of rein in a second opponent in this division. We've kind of had the Titans number throughout, this beginning part of this franchise. The Texans have kind of had our number. They've come from behind and beat us multiple times. The Deshaun Watson-led Texans, obviously J.J. Watt and company are there. And as you see, we have the longest winning streak out of any of these teams. And we actually have a better point differential than the Houston Texans, thanks to our defense mostly. But that's big stuff to look forward to. Let's move on, though, and see what we've got going in this game, as it looks like the Houston Texans are going to be kicking this one off to your Toronto Huskies, and it is very exciting stuff considering this is the final game of the season. One last chance for your Huskies to prove what they can do. And they're going to start this one off, returning it from the end zone, out past the 22, the 22-yard line. Eric Davis, the rookie return man, has been quite good this season. I've been impressed, and I think he's actually done well enough to maybe secure a role next season at that position. As you see, Trevor Nickerson, the rookie quarterback, the stats may not say it, but he has actually played quite well for your Toronto Huskies. A lot of those interceptions have been, last-second Hail Marys at the end of halves or games. And we start off with a run here from Aaron Jones, who gets out there past the 30 to the 31, and already an injury here. Looks like Deshaun Gibson, the safety for the Houston Texans, got injured on that play. But Aaron Jones gets 9 yards on the starting off this game, and that's kind of how they started the game last week, but on a more explosive level. They had 2 carries that amassed almost 50 yards combined to start last game. And here's Nickerson under pressure, and there is J.J. Watt to meet him. And that is going to be sack number 1 on the day for J.J. Watt in this Houston defense. And that might be something we need to keep an eye on there, as Nickerson tried to escape, got tangled up there on his on really Aaron Jones, the running back there, who did a nice little last-second pickup there but was a little bit too late. So now it is 3rd and 8, 24 at the 24-yard line, excuse me, and a little bit of an inaccurate pass there. Not sure where Nickerson was trying to go. I think the Texans have him a little flustered to start out this game, and that means it is going to end up being a 3 and out for your Toronto Huskies. Not a great start to this game. Hopefully they're able to turn it around before things get very bad. And a booming punt here from Matt Hack. And a little bit of a return, but good punt coverage as well as they tackle him at the 21-yard line. And that is where the Deshaun Watson-led Houston Texans offense comes on out to the football field. And he's had a decent season this year. Nothing too crazy, though. 24 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. So he's led his team well enough, but there's a reason why they're 7 and 8. He hasn't done quite enough to put them over the edge. So going 4 wide to start this one off as Deshaun Watson drops back and throws over to the right-hand side. Almost intercepted, as I believe that was Marshawn Lattimore getting his hands on the football there. Let's take a look at this Houston offense, and they have a very veteran left side of that offensive line. And then they've got some interesting people like A.J. Dillon as the running back here in Houston, as well as Will Fuller still there as the wide receiver, as well as, I believe, Deshaun Watson. He's the quarterback, obviously. I hope he's not playing receiver. DeAndre Hopkins, excuse me. And that is going to be a nice stop there by the defense, as that was Duke Johnson trying to get that carry, and he gets swallowed up by a slew of Huskies there. So now it is 3rd and 13 at the 18-yard line, and they're spreading out, putting a man in motion, though, from left to right. And they're going to fake to the running back and go deep over that left-hand side, and that gets batted down at around the 40. And that was a very dangerous pass, just putting it up there, essentially, on a one-on-one situation, but great play there by the defender to get his hands on the football and almost give a teammate there an opportunity to intercept it. As that is Jamison Yates, the, I believe, 2nd-year receiver now. So that's going to be a punt now for Houston. So 2 punts to start out this football game, and this is a big punt, but decent return there by Charles Davis, getting out to the 28-yard line. All right, they're starting this one out at the 28-yard line and under center, and they're going to fake it to the running back and throw it underneath to him, and that is Aaron Jones making a man miss, eventually getting tackled at the 42-yard line. Good play for a first down there on this one, and they have officially got their first down of the game, and back in I formation now and handing it off this time to Aaron Jones as he gets out to the 48-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but about 8 or 9 yards on that first down carry. That's going to set him up for a 2nd and inches here. They're going to stay in I formation at the 48-yard line. And Nickerson's going to hand this one off, and it gets blown up at midfield. That's going to be a 2-yard loss there, as Aaron Jones had nowhere to go. Multiple Texans getting in there. As you see, it was a slew of Texans just breaking through that line, and really nowhere for Jones to go. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 3 here at midfield. As Nickerson is in the gun, he's going to drop back, examine the field, throw it, and that is going to be completed out to the 39-yard line, and that is Keontae Bonds for his first catch of the day, and it goes for a first down. 11 yards to Bonds, and a Toronto first down. It's good stuff that we've seen so far from this Toronto offense in this drive. They seem to be able to move the football when they need to. And so now it is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line, back in the gun once again. And they are electing to pass this one as Nickerson throws over the middle. That is complete. Gain of about 5 yards there, down to the 34-yard line. I believe that was T. Higgins with the reception. And we've seen a lot of these Huskies offensive players, a lot of a young offensive line, and really young playmakers for the most part as well. A couple of veterans here or there, but this is a very young offense, led by the rookie quarterback who just had another incompletion there as he gets walloped. An unblocked blitzer on the side there just absolutely demolished Nickerson as he went to let go of that football. And this Texans team, you'll recognize a lot of these guys. These guys have been around for, most of them have been on the Texans for a few years now. So now it is 3rd and 5 at the 34-yard line in field goal range, but hoping to get that first down to continue this drive as Nickerson throws over the middle, and that is a first down, breaking a tackle out to the 20-yard line. A nice gain there by Jonnu Smith as he has well over 750 yards on the season. He seems to be in running to be possibly the top receiver in this offense, actually. We'll have to see if that ends up happening. Although I believe CeeDee Lamb might have him beat because Lamb's had some pretty big games. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Officially entering the red zone now as Nickerson drops back, looks to the left-hand side, completes it, and that is going to be a fumble by CeeDee Lamb, who I just was talking about, as he makes the catch but gets absolutely demolished as he catches that football. And that, since it was a football move as he cuts upfield, that is officially going to be a fumble, assuming that knee wasn't down. And that means Houston now has the football. So they're going to be taken over at the 14-yard line. And a quick throw outside. That's going to be completed with room to run. Going down the sideline, down to the 30. That is Kiki QT with a gain of 16 on that one. A really nice block there by Will Fuller on the outside. And that's interesting because Will Fuller is not a guy you necessarily think of when you think of blocking. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. As you can tell, I'm definitely sick. Can't even think straight right now. And it is going to be a handoff outside. That is Duke Johnson, I believe, getting out to the 31-yard line. Gain of maybe 1 on that carry. And this has been the real star of this team, and that is this defense. They have been playing lights out for most of the season, and I cannot explain this better than simply saying one of the best units in the NFL. That's what this defense is, and it's starting to really mesh well together. And this is a handoff, and that is Will Fuller trying to get the end around as he actually loses 3 yards on that 2nd down carry. But as I mentioned, this is a very young defense still. They have veterans on each level of the defense, but only about one on each level. You've got up front Ryan Kerrigan, who was brought in this offseason to be that veteran up front. And in the middle, you have Demario Davis. And then on the back end, you have... Oh, sorry about that. I was looking at this play there as it was a completion by Deshaun Watson, but short of the yard to gain, so that's going to possibly be another punt here at the 35-yard line. But anyways, yes, and then on the back end you have Big Play Slay as that veteran presence. And so it seems like every level has a veteran who is helping these young guys develop, and I think that is very key when looking at this team, as that looks like it was a muffed punt, and it's a good thing that he was able to get a hold of it, because that could have been very dangerous as he just hits that one into the end zone. So that's going to end up being Toronto football at the 20-yard line. And as you see, Aaron Jones nearing the 1,000-yard mark. He's had a pretty good year so far for Toronto. We'll have to see if he hits that mark in this game, as they're going to start out under center here. And fake it to the running back as Nickerson throws outside, and that is knocked down. Good play by the defender there, cutting in front of that ball there and knocking it down. Now putting a man in motion here on second down from left to right. Got some extra big men out on the football field, and they're going to hand this one out, trying to get outside. What a move! As that gets him out to the 25-yard line. Aaron Jones with a little shuffle there, making a man miss and getting out to the 25. Gain of 5 on what would have been nothing. It's now 3rd and 5, empty backfield, and quick throw outside. That is going to be, I believe, PI. It is. That is pass interference on Bradley Roby. That should be a nice 17-yard gain for the offense. Good awareness there by Trevor Nickerson to realize his receiver was getting held on the outside. So now it's going to be a handoff, and look at the room to run there by Aaron Jones. Great vision and the ability to get up between those tackles and find the open space is something that I love about Aaron Jones. He fits this offense very well for what they do here. And that is going to be another Toronto first down, now at the 46-yard line in plus territory. Back under center is Nickerson, as he's going to hand this one off, and getting blown up in the backfield now. Losing about a yard or two is Aaron Jones. So now that sets up a 2nd and long here with 2nd and 11. So now spreading it out here 4 wide as Nickerson's in the gun. He's going to take this quick snap and throw over the middle. That is going to be complete down to the 40-yard line. They're getting close to field goal range here. Now 3rd and 4. As Nickerson's in the backfield alone here, as it's a quick throw outside that is complete, and that's going to be out at the 30-yard line. That was CeeDee Lamb who gets pushed out of bounds, his 3rd catch on the day. Back in I formation here on first down. As Nickerson's going to hand this one off and trying to make something happen. Aaron Jones is breaking tackles, but only to get back to the line of scrimmage there. So it is 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line now. Nickerson's going to drop back, look over the middle, find his man, and getting some room outside. That is T. Higgins in the end zone. What a play. That is a touchdown. T. Higgins showing off the wheels as he catches that one underneath and just goes the distance. He turns it upfield and does not look back as he turns a short gain into a touchdown that fast. T. Higgins. So pending this extra point, the score will be 7-0 as Toronto strikes first. Only 47 seconds to go in this opening quarter. A return here for the Texans, out past the 25 to the 28. That'll be where this Deshaun Watson-led offense takes over. So 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Watson in the gun, and it's going to be a handoff, though, as it's getting outside and some room to run out to almost midfield. That is Duke Johnson, the best run of the day. Eventually getting tackled by Jalen Thompson, the safety. So now they are back under center with about 12 seconds to go in this quarter. Watson drops back, throws underneath, finds a man wide open, and powering his way up to the 41-yard line. And that's going to end this first quarter with a Houston Texans down right now at home, 7-zip. So now it is 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line, as Watson's going to hand this one off once again. Short gain there by Duke Johnson, but it was enough for a first down. So now 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Watson's going to take the snap, drop back, and find a man over to the right-hand side, and breaking a tackle out past the 30 to the 27. That's going to be a Vance McDonald, if I'm not mistaken, reception there, as Deshaun Watson, another throw outside of the right-hand side, and that's going to be completed out to the 18. It's now 2nd and 1 at the 18-yard line, and Watson's going to hand off. Trying to get outside is the running back as he stumbles and falls at the 21-yard line, and that is going to be a 3-yard loss. Darius Evans will be given the tackle there in the stat sheet. So now it is 3rd and 4 at the 21-yard line. Empty backfield here for Watson as he drops back, looks over the right-hand side, and that is batted down. Great play there by the defender. I thought that Vance McDonald had a chance there. So now Dustin Hopkins is going to be attempting a field goal here from the 21-yard line, and that is almost blocked. Dangerous kick there, but he does hit it, making it 7-3 now. Houston's finally on the board. Now Toronto's going to return this one out past the 25 to the 26. Back under center here in the I formation on 1st down. It's going to be a fake to the running back and a quick throw over the middle. That is caught. Nickerson to, I believe, Keontae Bonds there. Gain of 9 yards. As Nickerson started off the day 9 for 12. Pretty good start for the rookie quarterback. It's now 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard, and he gets sacked. That is Charles Amenahue with the Texans' 2nd sack of the day. Nice play there by Amenahue to get through the block and get to Nickerson before he could bounce that outside. So now 3rd and 6 here. Nickerson's going to drop back and throw over the middle. That is caught at the 42-yard line. That is going to be good enough for a first down. Keontae Bonds again. His third catch on the day, and I believe it's gone for 2 first downs, those 3 catches. Back in I formation, this time handing it off to Aaron Jones, who tries to spin the defender out. Gets 6 yards on that first down carry, setting up a 2nd and 4 now at the 48-yard line. Nearing midfield, and it's going to be a pitch outside and finding some room and blockers downfield. That is Aaron Jones down the sideline, inside the 5, down to the 4. What a run there by Aaron Jones, and that is officially going to put him over the century mark, over the 1,000-yard mark there on the season. That's going to end up being, maybe one of the best seasons ever by a Toronto back. And now it's Latavius Murray, the power back, trying to get some yardage there as he loses one on 1st and goal. So now it's 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Just over 6 minutes to go. Going into I formation here. It's going to be a throw, though, outside, setting up a fade as he throws that a little too far for the intended target. Nickerson trying to find the end zone there on 2nd and goal. So now it's 3rd and goal. Nickerson's going to drop back, throw outside. That is dropped. Dropped by the intended target, who I believe was Aaron Jones out of the backfield. Not like him to drop the football. So now it is 4th and goal at the 5-yard line. And they are, in fact, going with the field goal here. So Josh Lambo with his first good field goal attempt on the day. And that's going to give the Huskies a 7-point lead once again. Returning this one close to the end zone, getting out to about the 25-yard line. So now 5.5 to go in this second quarter as Deshaun Watson's going to be in the gun. And he's going to drop back here and look over the right-hand side, wide open in the flat. That's going to be completion out to the 31-yard line. 6 yards on 1st down, setting up a 2nd and 4 now. They're hurrying it up here with about a little over 5 minutes to go. High snap, but controlled. Getting it off to the running back as that has very little room to go. That's Duke Johnson on the carry. So now it is 3rd and 4. Deshaun Watson back in the gun once again as he's going to drop back and throw over the left-hand side, and that is... yes, that is incomplete. At first I thought he caught it, but nice play by the defender to not give up on the play as he continues to wrestle that football away from the intended target, who I believe was Kiki QT. Getting his hands in there and making that football hit the ground there. Pretty good play by the Toronto Huskies. That's going to force a punt here. So now the Huskies are going to be taking this one in from the 10-yard line. That's going to get out to about the 16. That's Charles Davis, the rookie return man, getting a couple for us. Pretty good day so far from Aaron Jones as he's continuing to build on the impressive season here. Over 1,000 yards already. Let's see how much more he can get here in the final game of the season. So now Nickerson under center on 1st and 10. And it's going to be another handoff. This time not much room for Aaron Jones as he gets gobbled up at the 16-yard line. And now 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Back under center once again. A couple extra big bodies on the field, putting a man in motion from right to left here. And that is going to be a handoff again, and trying to get outside this time. And in the backfield is Aaron Jones. And that's going to be a 2-yard loss. Nice play there for this Houston defense, who desperately needs another opportunity for their offense. All right, 3rd and 12 now at the 14-yard line. Clock running. Empty backfield here for Nickerson as he's going to drop back. Look to the right-hand side and almost completing that one. Had a man streaking down the sideline with a step, but overthrew his target. So that is going to be 4th and 12 now, and most likely a punt here. As you see there, it looks like that ball just sailed on him a little bit, going into the Texans bench. So now a big punt here by Matt Hack, and a very impressive one inside the 15 down to the 12. He just went from his own end zone, punted that one all the way to the 12-yard line. What a change of field position there by Matt Hack. He's been phenomenal all season long for this Huskies squad. So now 3 minutes to go in this second quarter here as Deshaun Watson goes under center, and he's going to be handing this one off to Duke Johnson with some room to run as he is breaking through the defense to the 29-yard line. Pretty impressive stuff there. Duke Johnson, a little sneaky getting through that defense, finds the opening, and it really gives this Texans team a little bit of life. Yeah, if Marshawn Lattimore didn't grab him there, that could have been a touchdown for Duke Johnson. So now 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Closing in on 2.5 to go. It's going to be another handoff here, and why not? It seems to be working for him as they get 5 yards there. So now it's 2nd and 5, just over 2 minutes to go. They're hurrying it up here. Watson in the gun. He's going to hand it off again. And this time nowhere to go as it gets eaten up at the line, and that is, I believe, Luke Wilson coming up and making the tackle. So now 3rd and 4 coming out of the 2-minute warning. They're spreading it out 4 wide, but under center. Deshaun Watson drops back under pressure and eventually just throws this one out of bounds. Interesting decision on 3rd down. He was feeling the heat there as this Toronto front 4 was getting through. So now it is 4th and 4. Just under 2 minutes to go, and Houston is punting the football back. Maybe Toronto has an opportunity, as what a punt though. This one's going to pin them deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line. That's going to be a tough starting field position here for this Toronto team if they're looking to find points. Nickerson though, pretty good day today, 120 yards and a touchdown already. Only 6 incompletions on the day. So now 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. Under center and handing it off and getting absolutely demolished at the 3-yard line is Aaron Jones. He's lucky he even got that far, as I believe they had hands on him at the 1-yard line. Somehow he was able to break through for a couple extra, but that's still a loss of 2 yards there. As you see there, J.J. Watt not letting anything get by him. It's now 2nd and 11 at the 3-yard line. Just over a minute to go now. And another handoff here. Very little room to run again. Back out to the 5-yard line at the original line of scrimmage. And a timeout here taken by Houston. First one that they've taken here. Minute 3 to go. 3rd and 10. And they're going to fake it to the running back and throw this one deep. And that's going to be complete. Jesper Horsted, the number 2 tight end, downfield, A gain of about 20-some yards, if I'm not mistaken there. Out to about the 30-yard line. Yes, that's a 25-yard gain, and all of a sudden, Toronto's taking the timeouts. So now, here on 1st and 10, running out of the pocket, that is... Oh, wow. Trevor Nickerson gets absolutely hit, and what a play there. Okay, let's really quick rerun what happened just there. Nickerson sees the pressure, escapes, okay, gets out, starts running downfield, gets hit, fumbles the fumbles the football, and then the Houston Texans go to scoop it up, okay, and run it back, and Nickerson gets up and makes the tackle. What effort there by Trevor Nickerson. If only he had so much effort to hold on to the football. But instead, this is Houston taking over now at the 32-yard line, already in field goal range. And just like that, the script has changed very quickly in this game. And a quick throw there on 1st down, and that's going to be complete for about 9.5. Setting up a 2nd and inches here. 44 seconds to go. As Watson drops back and throws over the middle, that is complete out to the 15-yard line, 16, as that is Duke Johnson out of the backfield. Clock is running, 22 seconds to go. Watson's going to take another snap and hand it off this time. Interesting play call, spin move by Duke Johnson, getting out to the 10-yard line. And a final timeout by Houston. They have 13 seconds to go. They're going to take a shot at the end zone here from the 10. They're spreading it out. Deshaun Watson has plenty of time, throwing deep into the middle of the end zone, and that should have been a touchdown, wide open, and he just misses the mark. So now it is 3rd and 4. Watson drops back again. Quick throw underneath this time, and what are they doing? That's it. That's going to be the end of the half. Bad decision there by Deshaun Watson. Probably not the first one of those he's made in his career. As you see, Vance McDonald underneath makes the catch but has nowhere to go, and they have no timeouts left. I don't know if he forgot they didn't have any timeouts or if it was just a lack of awareness there by Deshaun Watson, but that gives the Huskies a lead going into halftime now. Score of 10-3 right now, and the Huskies are leading just about every single category. So let's take a look around the league here at halftime as we're going to travel to Tennessee, where the Titans are currently leading the New York Jets. Not too surprising there, as the Titans are fighting for a playoff spot right now. 3-point lead there, 13-10 heading to halftime. Going back up north to Green Bay, where the Detroit Lions are getting absolutely pummeled by Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Right now it's an 11-point game, and probably going to be more than that by the end of it. So now we got New England traveling to Indianapolis, and a pretty close game here. The Cam Newton-led Patriots right now battling for a playoff spot themselves, and the Colts trying to secure their division right now, as the Jordan Love-led Colts are currently down by 3 points heading towards halftime. And looking back at our game, we had some pretty big plays here from this Husky squad in the first half. Offensively, they seem to be getting things rolling a lot easier this game than earlier this season. But the thing that concerns me a little bit, though, is the turnovers right now in terms of fumbling the football. We need to hold on to the ball right now, guys. That's the biggest thing, and really the only thing that's holding back this Toronto team. So now Houston is going to take over here to start this second half here, and Deshaun Watson and company back on the football field again, hopefully with a little bit of better decision making than they finished off there the first half. Although Deshaun Watson and decision making don't really go hand in hand. And a quick throw outside there as Deshaun Watson throws that one behind the line to gain, and that is a tackle behind the line of scrimmage there. Great team defense there by Toronto not to allow anybody to get back up to the line of scrimmage, as that was actually the safety coming all the way up as Jalen Thompson. Nice play there. It's now 2nd and 11, empty backfield here at the 29-yard line. Sean Watson's going to drop back and quick throw over to the right-hand side, completed. That is to the tight end, Vance McDonald. A gain of about 8 yards there, setting up a 3rd and 3 at the 37-yard line. Empty backfield once again, as Watson's going to drop back, have all the time in the world, and eventually moves out and throws this one out of bounds on the run. Inaccurate pass that leads his receiver out of bounds. And that's going to end this drive here for Houston. A 3 and out to start off this second half for the Houston Texans. So Brian Anger setting up to punt this one away. And he gets the punt off, and a pretty good one. Is it going to... Yep, it slowly slides into the end zone, and just is going to get in there for a touchback for Toronto. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line then, as Nickerson and company try to continue to extend this lead. Any points right now would be massive, because with a 7-point lead, even a field goal gives them a double-digit lead, and that is a big thing here to hopefully get a win, as it's going to be an interesting play here as Nickerson takes off, and another fumble. What is going on? Oh my goodness, Nickerson is struggling to hold on to the football today. 2nd fumble, as he scrambles out, gets some good yardage, but he just can't hold on to the ball. As Zach Cunningham comes up and makes the fumble recovery. I believe that was Brian McKinney who forced that one out. So, just like that, Houston in great field position, already in field goal range at the 23-yard line. As Deshaun Watson's going to drop back, quick throw over the middle, completed out to about the 13-yard line. That'll be close to first down yardage. They're going to mark it just shy at 2nd and inches now. Just over 9 minutes to go in this third quarter, and it's going to be a handoff outside and bouncing off of the tackle and getting to the, almost getting the end zone. I thought Duke Johnson had it there. Gets pushed out at the 2-yard line. So that is going to end up setting up a 1st and goal. A nice play there by Duke Johnson, bouncing off the tackler and then showing off the speed. Almost getting to the end zone. I think he probably could have if he would have just stayed in bounds. So now it's 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Back under center here in I formation. And it's going to be handoff to the fullback. And that's going to get him up to the 1-yard line. Is that Anthony Sherman? I believe, the fullback. So now it is 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Back in I formation again. And they're going to hand it off once again. This time, A.J. Dillon punches it in, and Houston finally finds the end zone in this one. Pending the extra point, it'll be a tie game once again. As you see, Luke Wilson trying to get him, but A.J. Dillon just too powerful as he pushes his way into the end zone. So now it's going to be 10 points apiece in this one. 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Toronto's going to be getting the ball back. They still have the upper hand, but they need to hold on to the ball, especially Trevor Nickerson. Maybe no more scrambling on the day, because that apparently is not something we can do. So Dustin Hopkins goes ahead and kicks this one off. And it's going to be returned from the end zone, out past the 20, to the 25, and all the way out to the 27. Good return there by Charles Davis. So now Nickerson coming back out on the football field. Still only 6 incompletions on the day. Passing-wise, he's been great. He just can't run to save his life. So now Nickerson alone in the backfield here, 1st and 10. He's going to take the snap and look over to the right-hand side. That is complete, and that's good enough for a 1st down, gain of 11 yards there. So now going back under center in I formation. On 1st and 10, it's going to be a pitch outside, and that is Aaron Jones making a man miss, getting out to about the 46-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on 1st down, sets it up for a 2nd and 2 now at the 46, and another handoff, this time up the middle. Gets a gain of about 2, close to 1st down yardage, not quite. Gonna mark him just shy, so now it's 3rd and 1. Back under center, and they're going to throw quick outside, and trying to battle his way out, and that was Keontae Bonds, who actually loses 4 yards on that. Good play there by Garyon Conley to come up and not allow Keontae Bonds to get away, essentially allowing enough time for his teammates to come up and help finish the tackle there, because Bonds did eventually break out of Conley's tackle, but another couple of Texans were there to put him down behind the line of scrimmage. So now it's 4th and 4. And a pretty good punt here into the end zone, in fact. So that is going to be a touchback. And Houston takes over at the 20-yard line. As you see, Duke Johnson is nearing 1,000 yards himself. Now 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. It's just over 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle. Gain of about 4 yards, Duke Johnson. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line. Deshaun Watson drops back, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught out to the 41-yard line. That is Will Fuller with only his 2nd catch on the day. Been pretty quiet so far today. Marshawn Lattimore's done a pretty good job at shutting him down. So now it is another 1st down for Houston. They seem to be driving here. It looks like they decided to edit that play call, and wow, what a play. Quick throw outside to Will Fuller, and that is Ryan Kerrigan coming out from his spot along that defensive line and absolutely blows up that play. That is what an impressive play from a veteran there in Ryan Kerrigan. 3-yard loss on the play, setting up a 2nd and 13 now. Empty backfield once again for Watson as he drops back, has all the time in the world, eventually having to throw this one outside and completing it to the 41-yard line. That's a 1st down, and that is, I believe, Kirby Yates, not Kirby Yates. That's a player in a different game. Anyways, Yates, the wide receiver there for Houston. I believe he's a 2nd-year receiver. Makes another big play here against this secondary. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And a handoff once again to Duke Johnson. Not much there for him, a gain of about 2 or 3. So setting up a 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line, nearing field goal range here. And it's going to be a fake to the running back as Deshaun Watson has all the time in the world, eventually throwing this one out to the left-hand side, and that is going to be broken up. Big play Slay making a play on Yates, the receiver on the outside, to break up that pass. So now it is 3rd and 7 as Watson drops back and has a little bit of pressure on his right-hand side and eventually gets that one out once again to the left-hand side, and that is again Mr. Big Play Slay making another big play on this defense. So he has been phenomenal this season, and I definitely think there's no way that we can allow him to escape to free agency. With the way he's played this season, he may have been the most valuable defender in the secondary this year. So long field goal here. 55 yards for Dustin Hopkins. And it is going to be well short. So, I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if the wind kicked that one down a little bit or if he just didn't get all of that. But it was well short, and actually a little bit wide right, if I'm not mistaken. So Nickerson has another opportunity here taken over at about the 40-yard line. Or excuse me, 45-yard line. It's now 1st and 10 in I formation here at the 45, and it's going to be a fake to the running back. Quick throw underneath. That's going to be caught out to the 50, past the 50 to the 47 here. Gain of 8 yards. So now it is 2nd and 2. And a quick throw outside, and again getting blown up on those screen plays. Everyone reading them. That time it was Bradley Roby coming up, and Keontae Bonds having nowhere to go. Loses about 2 yards on that play. So now 3rd and 5 at the 49-yard line. In the gun, and a handoff here actually, as it's an interesting play call, and it gets them the first down though. Aaron Jones, over 100 yards on the day. And the third quarter isn't even over. He's already over 100 yards. This might be one of the better games this season that he's had. As you see, Aaron Jones not letting J.J. Watt slow him down. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And a fake to the running back this time. And taking off again. This time, is it going to be a fumble? No fumble from Nickerson as he takes off to the 27-yard line. A good gain there of about 15 or so. As you see, Nickerson does have some wheels. We haven't seen him use it much this season. But it seems like he's finally gained the confidence to be able to add that to his repertoire. And a quick throw outside here and a little screen pass. That time it is a good one, out for about 10 yards. So now it's 2nd and inches. Under center at the 17-yard line. In the red zone, faking to the running back and under pressure and going down. That is going to be a sack for Houston, all the way back out at the 26-yard line. As you see, Nickerson was trying to get rid of that one, but couldn't let go of it before he got sacked. Lucky he held on to it. So now it is 3rd and 9 at the 26-yard line. Clock is running about 10 seconds to go, and they're going to go with a handoff here, tripping up Aaron Jones, only allowing a couple of yards there out to the 22 is DJ Jones, ironically. Some Jones on Jones crime. And that's going to end this third quarter. Score is knotted up 10 apiece going into the fourth, but the Toronto Huskies right now have an opportunity here with a field goal starting out the fourth quarter. A 39-yard attempt for Josh Lambo, and that is going to be perfect. So that gives Toronto a 3-point lead, 13-10 to start this fourth quarter. The question is, can they hold on to that lead? As Lambo's going to kick this one back off to Houston. And return here from the end zone out to the 25, past the 30, all the way up to the 34. Very good return there by Houston. So now Deshaun Watson has his work cut out for him, but still has plenty of time in this game. And we've seen this time and time again from this Texans team. They may be down, and then all of a sudden, they come all the way back and end up beating your Huskies. It's happened every single time, it seems like, that we've played this Texans team. They're going to start off with a pass there for 5 yards. It's now 2nd and 5, and Watson's going to throw over the middle, and that is complete to Will Fuller. Out to the 49-yard line now, nearing midfield already. It is 1st and 10, spreading it out 4 wide. Watson's going to throw to the left-hand side, and that is contested but caught And eventually going down at the 41-yard line is Will Fuller. Again, second catch in a row this time. And it is going to be 2nd and inches now. Watson's going to take this snap and throw over the middle, complete for a first down. I believe that is Vance McDonald, the tight end, out to the 31-yard line. Already in field goal range. Houston is rolling right now, and they're playing hurry up. They like the situation that Toronto is in as they continue to find these quick passes for some decent yardage. There's another one completed out to the 27, gain of 4 that time. Now empty backfield here for Watson as he's going to drop back, have a lot of time here, and throwing this one over the right-hand side, completed all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 17 yards there on that play. Nice throw, too, right in the open spot against this defense. Now 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. 3 receivers to the left-hand side here. Watson in the gun. And it's going to be a handoff, though. Getting some yardage is Duke Johnson. Or excuse me, no, that is Baker. Getting out to the 3-yard line. Gain of 7 yards. It's now putting a man in motion out of the backfield. It's no empty backfield. At the 3-yard line. Watson throws over the middle, wide open. That is going to be a touchdown for Houston. Vance McDonald finding the end zone and taking the lead are the Houston Texans. Pending this extra point, it'll be a 4-point lead, so this is a pretty big extra point. As you see, Darius Evans, the rookie, just getting out of position there. So now here's the extra point, and it is good, giving Houston a 4-point lead, 17-13, with just over 7 minutes to go in this game. So perfect on that drive was Deshaun Watson, finding the end zone, in fact. Not much more you can ask for from him there. All right, return here out to the 25-yard line by Davis. So Nickerson has some pressure on him now. Over 7 minutes, or just under 7 minutes to go. And they're trying to set up a screen pass. It is complete, but nowhere to go, as it looks like the Texans read that one perfectly. Aaron Jones actually losing a yard. So now 2nd and 11. Alright, back in the gun here is Nickerson as he's going to hand this one off, and trying to get outside is Aaron Jones as he loses another 4 yards. So now it is setting up a 3rd and 15. Antoine Winfield Jr. coming up and making the tackle there in the backfield. Great play by the young safety. Closing in on 6 minutes to go here. It's 3rd and 15, 4 wide. And it's going to be a fake to the running back as Nickerson elects to run, and not anywhere close to the yardage mark as he gets 9 on that run, but needed 15. Antoine Winfield again coming up and making the tackle. So they are, in fact, going to punt this one back to Houston, so they need their defense to step up, which hasn't been a problem so far this season. And a great punt here inside the 5 down to the 3. So Watson and company have some little bit of momentum here, but they're going to be in a tough spot in the shade of their own end zone and trying to set up a fake here, and that is going to be a safety. Floyd Ellis, the star defensive tackle, breaks through and brings down Watson. That is 2 points on the board from the defense this time, and also gives the offense the football back. So that's going to be a major turning point there. I'm not sure why they didn't just run the ball. They were in I formation, but they elected to go ahead and try a play action. Interesting play call. And it didn't work out for him. So Davis returns this out to the 29-yard line, and it is going to be 1st and 10 with only a 2-point difference in this game. 15-17 now. So now Nickerson's going to drop back and throw quick over to the left-hand side, completed, and outrunning the defense all the way down the sideline, breaking tackles down to the 44-yard line. That is going to be 28 yards to Keontae Bonds, who just showed off the speed. Impressive stuff as he just shrugs off a defender. That was Bradley Roby, who he just shoved off of him. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 5 minutes to go. Nickerson drops back and throws deep down the... That is caught deep down the middle. And that is Jonnu Smith going up and getting it. Nice play there by the tight end. He's going to be down at the 21-yard line. But right now, this Toronto team is moving. A 21-yard grab there by Jonnu Smith, who just goes over the defender, who didn't even have his head turned. It's now back under center, inside 4.5 to go, putting a man in motion. That is CeeDee Lamb. And dropping back in, a quick throw over the middle. That was dangerous. Falls incomplete, though. So now it is 2nd and 10. Back in I formation now at the 21-yard line. Handing it off and trying to get this one outside is Aaron Jones, who breaks off a tackle. Gets out to the 15. Gain of about 6 yards there. It's now 3rd and 4 at the 15-yard line. Under center here. It's going to be a handoff outside. Aaron Jones has some blockers. Gets the first down yardage and then a little bit extra out to the 8-yard line. So now it is 1st and goal. Aaron Jones is fired up right now, and so is this entire Toronto sideline. All right, now 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. 3:17 and counting to go. And they're going to go with a pitch to the left-hand side and some blockers outside, and that's going to find all the way to the 1-yard line. Latavius Murray. Good play there by the power back. It's now 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line, and trying to get some yardage is Latavius Murray. Getting nowhere, though. Loss of 3. Jonathan Grenard there with the tackle. So that sets up a 3rd and goal. 2 minutes 45 to go. Spread it out, 4 wide. In the gun is Nickerson at the 4-yard line. He's going to drop back, examine the field, look to the left side, complete. but that is going to be just short, down at the 1, setting up a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. I'll be curious to see what they do here. Do they take the field goal in the lead, or do they attempt to find the end zone and the touchdown? Nice play there by Charles Amenahue, who actually breaks out from his defensive lineman position to tackle Latavius Murray outside. And they are, in fact, going for the field goal here. Will they let it go down to the 2-minute warning? They will not. So they're just going to take the points, give them an 18 to 17 point lead, 2:06 to go. They need this defense to step up one more time. So now a return from the end zone out past the 20 to about the 24. So now 2:02 to go. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. The clock will stop after this first play. As you see, Deshaun Watson, only 9 incompletions on the day. So now 1st and 10. It's going to drop back, examine, throw over the middle. That is complete, I believe. And that's going to be the 2-minute warning there. And no, it was incomplete. Looks like the defender got a hand in there at the last second. So now to 2nd and 10. Dropping back again and looking, examining, had under pressure, breaking the tackle and throwing this one out of bounds is Deshaun Watson. He got very lucky there. This defensive line does not usually let up a sack, or excuse me, let go of a sack, I should say. As Duke Johnson is going to take that handoff for about 5 yards. So a timeout here by Houston. So it's 4th and 5, minute 39 to go at the 29-yard line. This is the biggest play of the game for Houston, as it is going to be complete. No, incomplete. What a play there. That is Jalen Thompson, the safety, coming up and getting a hit on the receiver. That is Yates right as he catches it. Perfectly timed collision there as Thompson just knocks that ball loose. So that is going to be a turnover on downs. And Toronto is going to take over at the 29-yard line. Already in field goal range. They just have to eat some clock, sit back, and enjoy a win. As Houston only has 2 timeouts, but a minute 35 still on the clock. So they're going to start out in I formation here. And fake to the running back. And what is going on here as Nickerson just goes down for a 7-yard loss? I have no idea what was going on. It looked like a little bit of confusion on that play from the Toronto offense as Houston takes a timeout. So now a minute 28 to go. Handing this one off as Aaron Jones, I almost said Latavius Murray there, but Aaron Jones had an impressive spin move there and then trucks through another guy. So that's going to be 3rd and 13 now at the 32-yard line. Final timeout called by Houston, so it's a minute 24 to go. Going to fake it to the man in motion, instead handing it off to Jones, who loses 2 yards there. The clock is running. And it's going to be setting up a 4th and 14. And I'm assuming that Toronto's going to want to take a field goal here. As it looks like they're just going to run some clock off as they make the decision. So now 45 seconds and counting as Josh Lambo lines up for the field goal. And it is good. So Toronto takes a bigger lead now, 21-17, 4-point lead. So that forces Houston's hand to find the end zone here in the final 45 seconds. Well, less than 45 now, the final 38 seconds. And they're going to return this one from the end zone, past the 20 to the 25, out to the 28. And that's going to be where Houston takes this one over at. 1st and 10 of the 28 with 34 seconds to go. Watson's going to need to use that sideline. If it's anything like the first half ended, though, then I don't have much hope for this drive for Houston. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Watson's going to take this snap and move around in the pocket, throw underneath. That is caught, and breaking tackles is Duke Johnson out to the 39-yard line. But that's not out of bounds. So 12 seconds to go. Watson's going to take the snap, and under pressure, he is going down, not escaping this one. Ryan Kerrigan, and that's going to end this game. That is going to be the final play of the game. Toronto finishes off the season with a dub. Not only a dub, but that's going to be 3 wins in a row for this Toronto team to finish the season out. And I told you I could feel the momentum and the building blocks coming together towards the end of this season. And I think they're starting to show it here. Final in this one, 21-17. 4-point lead, or excuse me, 4-point win for the Toronto Huskies. And pretty impressive stuff there from this Toronto team. All facets of the game working well together, really bouncing everything off of one another. So that is going to conclude the season here, actually, for your Toronto Huskies, as that also has a couple of upgrades coming out of that game, including Keontae Bonds, who had a really nice day today. We're going to give him an upgrade up to a 78 overall now. Make him a much more well-rounded receiver there. Very impressed with what he's become. Some offensive linemen getting some upgrades. And then a backup defensive tackle here in Jalen Holmes. So that is going to conclude the season for the Huskies, though, as I mentioned. And the final record is 6-10 on the year, which is an improvement from last year by a couple of games. And what is more impressive, they finished off the season with 3 straight wins. So that means going into next season, we will be on a winning streak. The question is, how long will this winning streak continue? You'll have to tune in next season and find out. But before that, we have an entire offseason to get through, guys, and that is what is going to be very fun. We have some new players that will be coming in this upcoming draft class, but they may be new players to this league, but not new players to you guys, as you may recognize some of the names in this draft class. Tried to bring in some names in the real NFL, so I will go ahead and show you guys that draft class at the beginning of the next video, which will end up being the off season. I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. One will be the free agency section of it, and then another one will go ahead and be the what's the other thing? The draft. There we go. Had a brain fart there for a second. The draft. So we will go ahead and split that up with 2 videos, and I'll probably end up doing them back-to-back or pretty close to back-to-back for you guys. And I'm very excited to get into this offseason because this is a very, very promising team. Great finish to the season for this Husky squad. And I'm absolutely elated to see what is in store for this Husky squad for the future. But until then, my name is TayVikes28. I thank you guys for watching. And hopefully next time when you hear me, I'll be a little bit less sick. But until then, have a great rest of your day.